So, we're doing another podcast. Before we explain why this came about, why the other one's not happening, I'll just thought I'd let the other two people I'm doing it with introduce themselves. You probably know them already, but just in case you don't, here they are.
It's your two lads, Alfie and Lennon.
Hello.
There we go. So yeah, we were going to do a podcast before this called, it wasn't going to be called Four Fans of Many Fandoms, but then someone
Don't mention it.
happened to
Someone happened.
vacate in a vigorous manner. So we became three fans of many fandoms, and we did a good cliche on YouTube of promising stuff and doing nothing about it.
Don't you dare.
So-
Don't mention what I think you're about to mention, because it wasn't my fault.
Well, we actually did do some stuff, but it was all deleted. Anyway, it was a crap idea because it turns out, other than Doctor Who, we don't really have any other common interests other than me and Alfie with 80s music and me and Lennon with Star Wars.
And
So-
food, and oxygen, and water. Their interests.
Yep.
Yeah, but they're not so much interest, more of necessities.
I love
Anyway.
them.
Anyway, we decided to go a full Doctor Who podcast as you guys seem to like our live stream, so why not have a full hour and a bit every week or so of us just talking absolute nonsense on a microphone. So this is obviously an introduction, explain what it's going to be about. But before we do this, we'll just let Alfie and Lennon explain a bit about themselves through a Doctor Who, just in case you don't know.
Would you like to go first, Lennon? Ladies first?
Nah, you go first, Stubby.
Okay. Hi, my name's Alfie. I'm one of the lads. You know, we've been around the block a few times, and I've got a few facts for you about me. I have both type 1 and type 2 diabetes. I like Sylvester McCoy. I've got a Greg's Black card. I'm a pretty cool guy. I like, as I've mentioned, like Sylvester McCoy is my favourite Doctor. I love the 80s. I think my
What?
favourite coffee enema. Favourite enemy is an Auton. Pretty good monster, you know, blends in anywhere, can be anything. It can be a window dummy, it can be breast
thought-
implants,
Yes.
like in Rose. See, I'm a cool hip guy, I remember stuff.
It
I
could
know
be
my
doc-
quotes. Come on, Lennon, tell us what it can be.
It could be a phone.
Thank you, Lennon.
Could
Thanks
be
for...
doc-
Carry on.
Doctor Who-
Carry on, Lennon.
Could be Doctor Who figures.
Yeah, there can be anything. There can even be you. They can be inside you right now. Ow.
And that's enough from Alfie at the moment. Anyway, moving on to Lennon.
Hello, my name is Lennon. Also known as DW Live Streams and Reviews. Also the new series is shit. My favourite Doctor is John Pertwee, although Troughton does come very close and he might be beating Pertwee at the moment. Favourite story is The Power of the Daleks. Planet Daleks is the best thing ever. Favourite interest from Doctor Who, either the DVDs, missing episodes, or the classic figures. I like food, oxygen, water.
Why does this sound like a weakest link intro? Hello, my name's Lennon. I live in
Alfie,
Worcester.
Alfie, stop
I'm
giving me
34.
Anyway, you probably know about me because I'm assuming the main sort of advertisements video will be on my channel about this. But just in case you're not quite sure exactly what my opinions are on Doctor Who, maybe you come from Alfie's channel. John Pertwee is my favourite Doctor. My favourite story is Spearhead. My favourite monster is the Autons. Best thing to do with Doctor Who, in my opinion, is this merchandising, collecting the stuff. And that's about it. Also, I know a lot about the pointless stuff in Doctor Who. So that's us. The podcast sections we're going to have. We're going to have like a news and merch, which you don't have in most Doctor Who podcasts. The next part is going to be a topic. So this is something we discussed that's to do with Doctor Who. This episode is going to be the figurine collection. Next one, it could be DVD that were released in 2008. You know, so anything like that. Basically, just means we can have a good discussion about something that doesn't have to be current. So you know, just gives it that extra bit of
Just gives it an extra long, like, it gives you something to talk about, and maybe you can give us your opinions in the comments. We get a bit of interaction.
Yeah.
And
There's also some good padding to make the episodes longer.
yeah, and maybe next episode we'll read your comments.
Yep.
Yeah, that could be a thing. We could find best 3 comments, so you could try and make them funny.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to have an episode review, because you can't have a Doctor Who podcast without episode reviews. We're not going to do the cliche thing. We're not going to do Rose as the first one or the Unearthly Child. We're actually going to go 10th Planet this week. And then we're going to probably choose at random. We are going to do a new series as well. Unfortunately, Lennon will be very negative on those reviews. Me and Ali will be a bit more...
I love the new
gentle. He's-
series. Here's a question, Luke, which I think may be asked in comments. Are we ever going to cover the spin-offs and or BBV spin-offs?
Yeah, sure, why not?
We are. There's the answer
go.
for that person in the comments.
Yeah, so that's going to be the podcast. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it. If we're doing something wrong or something you think we could improve on, do say. We won't take it negatively. We'll take it on board, especially if it's to do
Yeah.
with Alfie.
Wait,
And-
what? If
Remember
one,
Alfie?
if one is kick Alfie out the group, that won't be taken on board. It will throw overboard.
No, it'll,
And
just be,
no-
it'll be put in a file saying another one to say that Alfie should be kicked out. Anyway,
I doubt. Everyone in the comments put hashtag save Alfie, please.
we're not on a live stream, Alfie.
I know.
Anyway.
But they could do it.
That's the introduction to this podcast, and we hope you enjoy. So, this is going to be the news and merch segment. Every single podcast has this, but, we're going to put our opinions on it. So, first of all, the news. Well, apparently tomorrow for us, the Series 11 trailer will be shown in the middle of the football final for the World Cup. And we're going to sort of talk about what we want to see in it. Personally, I want to see nothing to do with spoilers. I just kind of want to see maybe pictures of monsters, a bit of Jodie doing some stuff, and some
Oh,
just
Jodie
new
doing some
companions.
stuff.
Alfie,
What-
edit out.
What do you mean by Jodie doing some stuff?
Don't they shove that in your-
Doing doctory stuff, doing stuff with the sonic screwdriver.
Doing doctory stuff. She's not a gynecologist.
We know what
So yeah, I don't want to say anything spoilers wise in the trailer. I just want it to be, just an interesting Doctor Who trailer. Hopefully one that'll excite people for the new series and hopefully get people who are watching the football to maybe consider it. I doubt it, but who knows? This could do Series 11 a bit of good publicity. What about you, Lennon?
in the Series 11 trailer, because it was rumored back that the apparently Sontarans are coming back or something, it apparently was confirmed. He's dancing Sontarans in this trailer, like, so apparently getting the new hope that is not like the fucking boring old bronze Daleks. And just, I suppose Jodie, doing some stuff. Obviously, the new Sonic design came out, which I don't want to talk about, so it's fucking dreadful. But maybe her doing some stuff for that. And probably just like like the flashes of the companions and maybe a little snippet of the title sequence. That's what I want to see in it, and for it to excite fans and not look shit.
What about you, Alfie?
Personally, I want to see a bit more of the companions because I am a big fan of actually having good companions because they are an ingredient for a pardon me, is an ingredient for a great episode. Because if you've just got actors that are stiff as a wooden plank, in the episode, you don't really get a sense of urgency or action or whatever genre they're going for. You don't really get that. I want to see more of them. I want to see some. I would like to see returning classic characters, but maybe a bit more new characters, new monsters, with maybe classic characters with a new redesign, or maybe monsters sort of hinting at a sort of design of a classic character. I would like to see that. I would like to see a clip from every episode, so we get a taste of every episode.
Not one much, does he?
I know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just giving my opinions.
Yeah, I see what you mean with the classic thing and that, but my worry with classic monsters is to just ruin them. If they bring Sutek back, it'd be the worst thing they could do because they're just going to ruin the fuck out. Sutek and Morbius and people like that, just leave them as that one monster that was amazing for that episode. Don't tinker around with them.
I don't think they should do them sort of characters big characters like Sutek, or characters like, I know they've already done Davros, but maybe do something different. Like maybe you got Osirans, maybe do a different Osiran. Like you could do that. You could maybe have an episode where it's not even you got Sutek in it, but they're going to the pyramid, and they've got to go through Sutek traps, like I had to do the fourth part of Pyramids of Mars. Like I'm thinking that sort of stuff, and maybe a TARDIS reveal at the end. That might be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, what I want to see with monsters wise is new series monsters from RTD Zero coming back, like the Jadoon, the Sycorax,
Oh,
monsters like that.
the
Instead of bringing back
Draconos.
classic ones and ruining them, why not actually try and like the Sycorax deserve a really good story because they can be quite dark. The Jadoon, well, why haven't they been used since? I mean, RTD had a really good sort of like how Marvel does with its films. Everything was linked, so Torchwood was linked. Sarah Jane Adventures was linked really well. Sarah Jane Adventures got Jadoon in them. You got Suntarans linked from the Suntaran episode from the new series. I feel like now that becomes quite a popular idea of everything being linked and everyone finding out how it's linked. It's weird that Doctor Who doesn't really be doing that. I mean, Class was crap, and I mean, I still can't believe that's not coming on Big Finish.
Has anyone heard of the rumor that John Barrowman might be coming back as Captain Jack? Is it confirmed?
Yeah.
Right. This, I think, is the reason because Chris Chibnall writ his fair few amount of Doctor Who as well as Torchwood. So
Didn't he produce Torchwood for a bit though?
he did do a bit of Torchwood. I don't know if he produced it, but
I was watching a special feature on the 10th Planet DVD because obviously we're reviewing that, and I'm pretty sure the person on set said there that he goes on to produce Torchwood.
no, I think that because he writ some of Torchwood, he could maybe incorporate. You never know. We might get Gwen back. We might get references to Torchwood.
We should definitely get a reference to Torchwood if he's coming back, but I don't want to see all the Torchwood come back because then it's a Torchwood episode.
Well, only one person from Torchwood can come back, Luke. If, like, they're done in Series 3, we could, you never know, Torchwood might come back. I doubt it. I severely doubt it.
I don't want it to, because I think Torchwood has persona about it, other than Miracle Day. Now, that is the shit one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Other than Miracle Day, it is seen as really, really good television. And I think, looking at what they did with Class and what the BBC thought was, okay to put on television, I think keep Torchwood within, nowhere near them. Let Big Finish do what they're doing. People seem to be enjoying that. Torchwood fans are happy with that. So just leave them to it.
What does everyone else think? What will be in the trailer? Please put in the comments.
Yeah, put in the comments. It might have already come out, but this probably will have already come out when this comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe next Saturday we'll do our reaction to the trailer.
Probably. Yeah, we don't know when this is coming out. You obviously know when this has come out because you're hearing it. If this is Sunday when you're hearing this, hello, how's Sunday been? And yeah, hopefully they'll all come out on a Sunday. If it's Monday, then this is the day they're going to come out. But anyway, we're getting sidetracked. So that's news. That's the Season 11 trailer. Obviously, we don't know anything about it. We're just sort of speculating on what we want to see in Season 11 itself. But there's been quite a bit of merch announced recently. Now, before we get into the really new stuff, I want to quickly talk about the Season 12 Blu-ray. Them two don't own it, so this is going to be me for a minute talking nonsense. But yeah, it's had problems with... So the Season 12 Blu-ray, I purchased it, pre-ordered it, in fact, off Amazon. It came in the 2nd of July, as it should have done. And I was very happy with it. The box is in really nice condition. It is a really nice set, beautifully presented. But of course, problems on disc 3 and 5. Now, I didn't know whether mine was affected by this, and it turns out they have. So I've sent the BBC DVD reporting an email explaining how I'd like replacement discs, as apparently they're often in them. I haven't got a reply back yet, and I sent this, I think, on Tuesday or Thursday, I think, actually. And this is Saturday. So, it'll be a slow process. Hopefully they'll get back to me. But I just want to talk about how this is a stupid problem. Because if you're releasing something for £40, okay, you want to make sure people aren't going to have a problem with it, because that's a lot of money for a DVD set. So you'd assume they'd check and make sure, I don't know, something like the sound would work, or, something like it would actually play properly. And it appears to be happening on almost everyone's box set. So if this is happening on all of them, then how has this gotten past quality control? It baffles me, to be honest. But that nevertheless, when this comes out in HMV and that, it is worth getting. The remastering, although it isn't staggeringly different. It is definitely a lot sharper. A story like Robot really helps from it, and so does Santana Experiments, even though the audio quality is shocking. But, you know, on a whole, the box set is quite nice. But anyway, that's old news. Now we can talk about the news. So, there's been a bit of new merchandise released recently. On the 11th of July, we had some interesting stuff, mainly 13th Doctor figures. Now, we're going to talk about each one individually here. We'll start, well, I guess the Titan ones are kind of the same. We have the Kawaii 13th Doctor and then the genuine Titan one. So, first of all, well, we'll go with my opinions because I'm the one speaking now. The Kawaii one is the pointless, just a stupid fad that I hope disappears. The Titans, same sort of thing. I just don't like the Titan figures. Some people absolutely love them. If you do, I don't understand how they are badly made. I own two. One of them, the head wasn't put on properly, and they have no articulation. They don't look interesting. They're just a stupid little fad. Anyway, what about you, Alfie?
Personally, I think the little Titan things just look horrifying. Like the big, realistic heads on the little cartoon bodies, and I think the biggest case for that is Craig. Like, I understand when they done it for Matt Smith and he had a cartoony head, but this Jodie Whittaker just has a really realistic head sculpt. Like, it's not that realistic, but it's like hyper realistic. Then the Kawaii stuff, not a big fan of. Like, I don't see the point in it. You could use this plastic to go into other 5-inch figures that hasn't been made yet, and I know it's a completely separate company, but they could probably cash in on the bloody classic waves. But you know, and then we have the Funko things. I don't like them. Like, I think the only good ones are the big ones that look quite nice on the shelf. But you know, I don't see the point in them.
What big Funkos?
You've got like your Ant-Man one and your Transformers one, them sort of ones. You know, at least can fit some more detail into them, but these ones are sort of just,
Oh, I know what you mean now.
yeah, they're like the Titans, but with bigger heads. And size doesn't matter, it just looks uglier. And what's your opinion on the Funkos and the Titans, Lennon?
Funkos are pointless. None of these things look good. Funkos are pointless and they're a waste of £10 because it's just ridiculous for that. For something that the head only turns and that's it. The Titan, again, just looks fucking horrible and she looks like a man.
Slay her?
The Kawaii figure, or whatever it is, again, just looks fucking horrible. I don't see why they're pointing they're making them. And the rock candy one.
Oh, don't get me started on that. It's basically a Kawaii one, but with a weirder head.
I know it looks like Pixar, but not interesting, not friendly. I mean, the only redeeming feature about that one is, unlike the other ones, it's in some kind of scale and the head is almost the right size.
Now, may I mention one thing?
Possibly. Depends what this thing is.
Right.
If this is new.
Out of all the things they could have made first, the BBC decided to give the licensing to someone who decided one of the first items of this Doctor's reign they're going to make is a coaster and a little teddy. Who collects limited edition coasters? Who out there is being like, oh yeah, I want to snatch my little limited edition coaster and little plushy Doctor that barely looks like her? I'll probably end up buying it, but can we all guess what this is going to be priced at?
The coaster.
The coaster and the teddy.
I'm going the coaster a tenner, the teddy 15.
The plush itself is £10. And this little medallion coaster thing is £5.
£5.
£15 for this little medallion coaster, whatever it is, and this little plushy Doctor. And no,
for that money, you could get 2 Eagle Moss figures.
And
I know which one's better.
And this is limited to 3,600.
Oh my god, it'll be limited to that for the rest of eternity because no one will buy them. Anyway, moving on to the other ones. I didn't talk about the Funko one. I just want to say I own 4 Funkos. 3 I brought because I wanted them, and one was brought for me, the Davros. I only brought them because they were classic. Plus, it's the only real classic Sarah Jane figure I own. Um, I have to admit, when you've got a few of them, they look okay. I don't hate them, but they're not my choice of figure collecting. There's a few oddities they've done, but they've done Shaun of the Dead. Everyone said, "Oh, it's really cool, Shaun of the Dead figures." Yeah, Nika, I think they're called. They did really detailed, really articulated with loads of accessories Shaun of the Dead figures quite a few
Aren't
years
them the
ago.
ones with the really cartoony sort of stylized face?
No, 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 no. These are proper sort of high end, 25 quid each, sort of like Black Series Star Wars action figures. Really, really good. So they say this, but there's been better stuff released. Monty Python and Holy Grail. They said, "Oh, Monty Python figures." Again, another company, possibly Nika again, did all five, was it 5 or 6 in Holy Grail.
NECA.
Yeah, it was NECA. Did the Knights. So they've been released before. That's my problem with Funko, that people give them too much credit. And this thing, Doctor figure, it looks like it's not going to stand up unless it's got a stand. Hopefully it does. Some of them don't come with stands. That really do need one. But yeah, I ain't going to be buying this. The other one is a Super Bits, which is no, that's the one you were on about, isn't it, Alfie? I just realised.
Yeah, them. But we haven't mentioned the elephant in the room, the very
Yeah.
tall elephant.
The very tall and unneeded and scary elephant.
Yep.
Who's going first?
I don't want to rant first, I think.
You go
I'll
first
go.
because you can
I'll
tell your
go.
theory.
I've got my theory, so settle down. I have a theory on this. So, along with these figures that have been announced, there's been a along with these figures that have been announced, there's been a 10-inch action figure for the 13th Doctor announced. Now, at first, I thought, okay, and then I thought about it. A, well, there's no 5.5-inch figure, which worried me, and B, this is getting dangerously close to Barbie doll territory. Now, recently with the merchandise, it does appear to be trying to aim to the girl market more, which power to them, more girl Doctor Who fans the better. But this is the wrong way to go about it. Most boys, especially our age, who are classic fans, don't care about Titans. A few do. Don't care about Funkos. Certainly won't care about Rock Candy or Super Bits. And the main thing we care about is the action figures and sort of Eagle Moss. Now, Eagle Moss appear to be doing a 13th Doctor for issue 138. Not confirmed, but it's rumoured to be. But this 10-inch figure, A, what are we going to display it with other than that Matt Smith from Toys R Us in 2011? And B, it doesn't sit right with me. It's got cloth clothing. It's getting close to a Barbie doll. And I get that they're trying to appeal to the girl market, which is good. But you can't then close off your boy market, because for a boy there who, let's say a boy gets into Doctor Who with this series, what figure has he got there that he can play with? Because dads don't really like buying their boys big dolls. They really don't. It's not, people might go, that's sexy. No, it's just fact. Like little boys buy one Princess Leia and that's all they want. They don't want to buy 5 different Princess Leia figures. They want 5 different Han Solo figures because they prefer Han Solo. It's just how children work. So this is a worrying thought, because with other than the B&M sets, no new 5.5-inch figures. It's scary because you'd hope there would have been an announcement of a 5.5-inch figure with these, and there hasn't been, and there's not been one since. But anyway, I'll let Alfie talk about it.
Firstly, my dad's brought home a clockwork, if that's anything. Like, I completely understand where you're coming from. That no one, it's strange that they're going down this route. Why they haven't went with 12-inch. But I have to say, the 12-inch figures from 2007
and 6
and 6 were really well done. The clothes were great. The clockwork, I think, had the most detail in it. You had variants of Doctors. And I can understand where they're coming from this. But personally, I think you should be announcing, 5-inch figures we've already... So it's like sizes we already know, and if you're a collector, they can already go to. But I think Lennon said a couple of days ago that these are trying to get to a new audience, and like, yeah, like I think I know where he's coming from. Like now
Yeah,
there's a
that is a
woman,
good point.
now there's woman doctor. New viewers are going to be coming. They're not going to have any old figures like David Tennant stuff, but they won't care.
That's my problem.
They
Which is
won't. Yeah, they won't care that.
you can't open a new market and then close off your other one,
Mhm.
because then your new market. Because okay, let's say a girl, 13 years old, gets into Doctor Who with Series 11. Let's say she gets out of it by 15. That's 3 years there for buying probably the odd bit of merchandise. Okay. Then, okay, you got a 13 lad. He gets into Doctor Who. By 14, he's into Classic Series. By 15, he's well into it. What they are doing here, if this is their plan, is then he has nothing to buy where he wants to buy everything. Has to pay £60 for half of a Dalek on eBay from Character Options. The BBC are losing money. He is losing money, and their stuff isn't getting bought. That's the way I see it.
And can we also mention, like, I know that it's going for a new audience and they want to start, but why wouldn't you at least just throw something in for old fans? Can we also note that face sculpt is horrifying, and the neck is so disproportionate. It's starting to look like that 10th
I
Doctor in
never noticed it.
pyjamas. Look at that neck right now.
It's not something from the Thing.
It's so odd. It doesn't look nice. It's like the clothes. It's okay, but you know, give
I'm
them
still
some.
not big on her costume. It's not grown on me yet. I'm sure
I
it will.
I think it will grow on me, but you know, as like
I'm glad it's got a cloak though, because the Doctor when they're running needs something sort of wafted in the wind, if you get what I mean.
oh,
Anyway,
Yeah.
Lennon, what about you?
Well, the day they were announced, so well the doll was announced, I saw the picture, and for a second I actually thought it was a 5-inch figure. Then I pressed on it and also looked more close up.
I did as well, to be fair.
Yeah, I realised, 10-inch doll. I thought, right, this is a bit shit, but it has grown on me a little bit, just a little bit. I am worried and concerned. I mean, yeah, it's nice that they try to appeal to the girl Doctor Who fans, because the more of them the better. But as I've said, they can't just close off the old market, because it's not like fair on us basically everyone else. But I'm scared future 5-inch figures. Obviously, no in that lot that was announced. There could still be one. It's a possibility, but it's just weird that there wasn't one there. It's just like they're closing off. Yeah, closing off okay, but the face sculpt is fucking horrifying. Apparently she's meant to come with a new sonic screwdriver as an accessory, but there's no pictures seem to show it. I just hope the 5-inch line continue, but it seems unfortunate at this point, and I just hope we don't get a Bradley Walsh figure announced. But I'm pretty sure Alfie would like that. But yeah,
Okay, that's a
yeah, it's
fair
shit.
point.
Yeah.
Other stuff apart from the 13th Doctor figures, there's been a 4K announcement for Twice Upon a Time. It says Region A1, which I'm assuming is Region 1, which is annoying me.
Yeah.
Basic 4K, recently got a 4K DVD player. We've had a 4K TV here for a bit now. And watching Terminator 2 in 4K, I can now really appreciate it, and it looks really nice. I'm excited about Doctor Who possibly in 4K, because Spearhead theoretically should be able to be put on 4K. I'm right there.
Maybe.
Yeah, which excites me greatly, because obviously that'd be my favourite story. I'd love to watch it in 4K. I don't know whether I'd pick this up, especially if it is just Region 1, in which case I probably won't import it. But yeah, it's interesting. Doctor Who is certainly going to hopefully go 4K. I'm assuming Series 11 will be released on 4K. That is quite exciting. Before we finish off the merch section, Warlord Games have done another batch of announcements. They always do. Two of them, the Headless Monks and the Papal mainframe, don't interest me. However, the two of the is that Papal? I do apologise, Papal. But the Tomb of the Cybermen collector's diorama doesn't interest me as in I'm going to buy it, but it's interesting as in they're going down this route of dioramas.
I would love a nice diorama of a few episodes.
Yeah,
When was this?
13th of July, was that today? That was yesterday.
I've not checked. I've not been on them since
Can
first.
can we also note that they've made Jodie Whittaker books before she's even been on the show yet?
Yeah.
I think we covered them in a live stream once. But yeah, this idea diorama's got me thinking about the figurine collection because they're in not similar scale, but they're closer than the 5-inch figures. And we'll talk about this in the topic, which will be next, about the figurine collection, what it could go and what it could do. But it got me thinking with dioramas. We never had ever since Daypole. There's never been a place that has the for classic figures.
No, never. Well, there's the pyramids from the Pyramids Mars set, but it's only
Yeah, that's cardboard. But even instead of that being cardboard, that would be quite nice. And
yeah,
I think when the classic was selling well, sort of 2010-11 time, when they were the number one thing for character options.
yeah.
It's weird they never did release a diorama set. I mean, but you could do a build one. So let's say you release loads of figures to do with the story. Let's say you choose, for example, two of the Sidemen like there is here. You could build up. See, let's say you get the bottom half, so where the controller sits, and two of his drones at the side of him. That could be two pieces. One you get with the Cyber controller and the second Doctor. The other one they release Jamie, and you get one Cyberman. The next part could be the next level, two parts again, two Sidemen in each. That could be a nice thing. You know, they could have done it something like that. That would sell immensely. I think. Yes, it would take a lot of work, but I'd certainly pre-order that. I think that'd be really interesting.
Yeah.
And you could do it gradually. Like you don't have to release them all in one go. You could release one every 2 months, because that gives you time on your sculpts, and you can also see if it's selling still.
Yeah, I would love that. And to be honest, you could do that with like every year. Do it with each Doctor,
Mm.
and then just restart every time.
I mean, something like Spearhead's a bit simpler. You could do a shop window.
Mhm.
It gives you excuse to do new figures, and I'm sure for designers and the sculptors that's a lot of fun. I think that'd be a fun gig to what you're doing today. Oh yeah, I'm just building the shop window scene from Spirit from Space with the action figures. That's like a boyhood dream for us three.
Yeah, I would love that. Imagine a Paradise Towers hallway.
Exactly, with a cleaner. I mean, I don't like Paradise Towers, but it's quite a nicely designed show.
To be honest, right, I think if you were starting off with that, you'll have everyone's TARDIS console room with like a variation, like for Pertwee's. If it looks too similar to another one, just add that little bed coming out like they did in Planet of the Daleks or something.
Yeah, it's you could have 3 or 4 main base console rooms, and you can buy sets to customize them for Doctors.
Mhm.
So the heart, you could have sort of a base of a hardware one, and then you can have things. So you can have like the clock and that from Edge of Destruction, or you can add stuff in from Trapman's era.
You could
So
have a pretty nice like the done. You know when the get plastic and they make it look like water's coming out the cup. Do that for
Yeah.
like the Space Museum. You can have a Dodo figure. No,
Yeah,
Dodo. Vicky.
That would be cool.
yeah, it's a good idea. Anyway, we should think about that later on. Anyway, that about does it for the merch section. Now we're going to move on to the topic, which this week is the figurine collection. So this is going to be now the topic section. You might still not understand what this is. We're just going to choose a topic of something to do with Doctor Who. Could be anything, and waffle on about it for a good half an hour. Today's is the figurine collection. A, because I wanted to, and B, I think we could talk about this for a while. So, first of all, the figurine collection. If you don't know what it is, I'm a bit shocked. But basically, a company called Eagle Moss Collectibles every 2 weeks release a little metallic figurine of a character from either new or old Doctor Who. Recently, they've done some really impressive figurines. They're on part 120 something, but up to 130, 140, I think actually has been announced technically. But yeah, so we're going to theorize what stuff they could do. But first, we'll get everyone's opinion on it. So, Lennon, what is your opinion on Eagle Moss?
Well, I don't have many of them. I have a few myself. I've got parts 1 to 20. Some are broken, but that's because I was buying them when they were coming out in 2013, so it's kind of expected. I've only got the first 3 classic ones. They're good. The first 20 ones, they're all right. They're a bit of a local. They've definitely got better as they went along now. I would say for now they are the best things out there, because they're given mainly for me, the most exciting part in this fight, Eagle Moss, is the Hartnell era, because they're giving us so many monsters and villains like Monoids, War Machines, etc., that we never got with the character options line. And with Trouton getting a bit more stuff in Power Adults, which I'm excited about. I think that's when it came out. I can't remember. They're good. I don't see the point in the magazine because it gives you information that it's not just not really needed. And yeah, there's been a few problems with them, like the Daleks. They can break very easily. Some correctly. Say for now, they're the best things out there. And the special editions are amazing. Like Mechanoids, War Machines, with a K1 robot. And I hope they make dioramas because we're getting the Fourth Doctor TARS console. So that's my sort of opinion on.
Alfie, what about you? Because yours has changed recently, hasn't it? Your opinion on Eagle Moss?
Yeah, so I personally had got a subscription because I saw the advert on telly and thought it was really cool. So I started collecting them from issue 1, and then I got a subscription, and then that went to around issue 50. Yet, they stopped delivering them to my area, and then they started delivering them again. So I've only got selected issues. So I'm missing Ood Sigma, Sea Devil, that sort of stuff. Now I do agree with Lennon that they're releasing stuff that have never been released before, like the Destroyer, some pretty good designs that I think really deserve a figure release, and I've recently purchased.
Edit this out.
Okay.
I have recently purchased the 7th Doctor Eagle Moss figure from Delta and the Bannerman. I've already got the cream coat figure, but I thought I might start collecting the classic Doctors and then build around them with classic monsters like that haven't been released, like Vord, Sea Devil, Monoid again, Sensorites, them sort of enemies, and I think they can expand a lot on them. Some of them are getting quite expensive though, like £17, but you do buy for what you're getting, you pay for what you're getting. You get a nice magazine. However, I'm not too big on the magazines. Again, Lennon said it's information we either already have or is not needed. But I think it's quite good. I personally am only going to get classic ones now. I do have some new series. I think the only new series ones are going to display Daleks, Cybermen and Doctors. But I am going to try and complete the Doctors as the figurine collection. I do think they're quite good. I think you can tell they're doing good because they've got to this issue, not many things get this far, and they are making things that other people aren't making, which is definitely appealing to a collector like me, Luke or Lennon. So yeah, I think they're pretty cool. I used to think they weren't that good, but I'm quite enjoying them now. I've saw a separate side to them. So yeah.
Yeah. Your point about the magazines are true. However, the back of them does have the timeline thing where they are going through the history of Doctor Who, and they are talking about DVD releases, figure releases, and that's the only part I quite like, because it just gives a little insight to the timeline of Doctor Who. But that surely is going to run out at some point because they are releasing them quicker than we're actually moving on in the world. Anyway, so obviously Eagle Moss, they did a survey, should I say, about what we want to see. Now, I took the survey, and basically you could choose, do you want to see the Who won? Do you want to see TARDIS consoles? And they announced, not too long after, that they were going to do the 4th Doctor's TARDIS console. I believe, was it season 16, they say we were based off something like that, but the 4th Doctor's console. That is a really interesting idea, because they're starting to get a little bit more to the diorama section. Now, we talked about this in the merch about a Tomb diorama, but if Eagle Moss did it, me and Lennon were talking about this whilst we wait for Alfie to get some KFC. We sort of came to the idea that it would be like the Warlord Games one, but obviously in the scale with the Eagle Moss figures, but they'd be sculpted on, and I would like to see it as, even though it wouldn't be accurate, the cyber controller coming out of his thing so a Cyberman is open that along with all the other ones breaking out at the same time. I know it's not accurate, but it would look really cool. This could be it could either be in segments or released as a massive thing That's like £100. It would look really cool.
I think that the way they've done the survey and how they've announced it is the right way to do marketing and advertising and getting ideas from your main audience. And I think everyone did want TARDIS consoles and dioramas. And I think that's probably the best way a business can go, because you've got things like Funko and Character Options. They don't do surveys like that, like what do you want to see, because if they did, we would actually have figures we wanted to see, like a direction where they wanted to go. We could have told, like, if I had done a survey, do you want 3.75 inch, we wouldn't have to go through that era of really crappy figures. So yeah, I think that is the correct way to do marketing and how to really target your audience. So yep, that's what I think about that.
One more note about the survey. It talked about Doctor Who cookie cutters and kitchen equipment. A very odd place for Eagle Moss to go. Hopefully it was a joke and they weren't being serious. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, where was it? It's a dioramas, so they could do something like that. Obviously, the Humobile looked like that was quite a popular option, I think, and I'd love to see the Humobile more than Bessie, because Bessie's been made. The Humobile hasn't.
Yeah.
And I think the Humobile could look really cool, especially with the Planet of the Spiders, John Pertwee, and Sarah Jane. Speaking of companions, they have announced that, well, they did a while ago, that 150 would be where companions would come in. So I've heard people saying, oh, it's crap, there's no companions. A, they never said they were going to do companions, and B, they have also said they're going to do companions, so stop moaning. Eagle Moss, we were talking about how Lennon was also saying that how the first couple of issues were quite crap. Now, this is because they're hand painted. And now, let's say, you give an artist something to do, then you keep telling them to do it. They're going to get better, of course. So their very, very first piece of work is going to be a hell of a lot worse than the last piece of work. So this is why the Matt Smith figure has a really crap face. But this is also why that the recent Troughton has a really good face. It's because when they're hand painted, they're just going to get better and better. So when people say, oh, Eagle Moss is crap, because I've got the first 20 issues or the first 30 and the paint job was awful, I feel like just going up to them, giving them a slap and go, use your brain. Anyway, we're going to talk about theorising, and I want to talk about figures they could do of stuff they haven't released. So quickly, we'll just go over, this was in the merchandise guide with Neil Corey or something like that. Apparently had announced up to part 140. So classic-wise, we have a Zarbi, a Quirlian, and a blown-up Resurrection Dalek on the way, of course, with the season 18 Tom. So I myself would love to see Autons from Spearhead, Channing from any character from Spearhead, pretty much. I'd love to see the Ambassadors from the Ambassadors of Death, the Creature from Inferno. From Baker's era, I'd quite like to see a bit more from seasons 16 and 15, especially some Invasion of Time stuff and something from Horror of the Fang Rock. Davison-wise, we're getting quite a bit from Resurrection, which I like, of course, because Resurrection being one of my favourite stories. But I think his season 20 area is lacking, where we could get something like
Solar Devil. Malice. The Malice.
No, not season 21, season 20. What's it called? The robot. Chameleon. We could get a Chameleon, which would be nice. An Anthony Master we haven't seen yet, so you could base one of King's Demons. What else is it? 5 Doctors figures. What they could do, which would be interesting, is release a set of figurines based off the figurines from the 5 Doctors.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That, not quite fitting in with their ones, but it would still look nice. It'd be a nice piece.
Yeah.
You could do stuff like season 21. They've done a Solarian from that. They've obviously done Resurrection figures and Caves of Androzani figures. So season 21 and season 19 have been covered, slightly. Season 20 has only had Enlightenment, 5th Doctor, which is basically just season 19 and 25th Doctor, and Omega. The Omega is a really nice figure. I saw that recently in a Forbidden Planet, and I was tempted, but it was still full price. And I just don't know, full price for me. On eBay, I found some really good deals recently. So I've been, I've been wary from paying full price for stuff at the moment. So I've been ordering quite a few on the cheap. But yeah, that's stuff I'd quite like to see. Obviously, just more classic. Specials-wise, before I hand it over to Alfie or Lennon, whoever is going to go first. Specials. Are you okay there, Alfie? The joys of Alfie. Anyway, specials wise, I'd like to see a few more TARDIS exteriors, as we've only had the one. That'd be quite nice. The boss from the Green Death.
Yeah. Oh, that better.
That'd be a cool figure. What else is quite big? It'd be shut up. It'd be hard with the antimatter monster from Planet of Evil.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting how they do it, but I think that could look cool with given the right execution. Just going through stories on the head. The Master's TARDIS from Castrovelva.
Yeah, the pillar.
I'd love to see a Drasheg
Oh, haha.
or a Fendal. Oh, yes, we've had them in the character options line, but a Drasheg, they would do it right with a full tail.
Yeah, they would. They would.
And the Fendal, yeah, I could live without us having that, but it would still be nice to have it. Now, I've not seen Talons in a long time. Isn't there? There is the dragon thing, isn't there, in Talons that Mr. Singh controls?
Yeah. And Mr. Stratty used it to shoot people. I can't remember.
Yeah, that I'd like to see. Just going through stories in my head of big creatures. There's one in my head that's really sort of quite tall, and I can't put my finger on it. But they've done some really nice specials. Lennon, you talk about what you'd like to see, and I'll have a think.
Well, as you mentioned Planet of Evil, I would love to see a much larger version of the Crinoid from the Seeds of Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, not the fucking one that's
massive.
that attacks the house when they're in the forest at the end of part 4, I think, or 5.
Oh yeah, so the like
the sort of
half cocoon.
Yeah, basically that. I'd love to see that. That would be amazing. Or just a standard Crinoid, that would do. But I want to see one of those two.
Or a half-formed Crinoid with the still human face.
Yeah. I would like to see the Fourth Doctor from season 13. The grey coat one.
That is still the best Fourth Doctor costume.
It is 100%. Going down this route, because they're making more diamond round pieces, I would like to see the Sontaran space pods. So you can have
done properly though.
Yeah, so you can have
like an interior.
And do they have? No, I don't think. Do we see them in the Two Doctors? Their space pods.
We see them in the air, and they are just normal space pods. We never see inside them, so it would be a bit pointless.
And I'd like to see Sontarans from the
Two Doctors.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool. You could do a nice 2-pack there because it's only the two of them. We only see the back of one with a helmet on. And yeah, because they've never, have they ever been given a figure?
No.
Maybe Harlequin Miniatures did one, but that'd be it.
Probably.
Oh, because Harlequin Miniatures did everything. To Nutcrackers from the Mind Robber, to they did loads.
They could do the Mandrels, which obviously Robert.
Done Mandrels.
Did they?
Yeah, the Mandrels coming out really. It might have actually come out,
Well, sometimes I've not kept up with it, so my knowledge on when they're released.
Yeah, I know a lot about them because obviously I'm a bit of a nerd for them now.
They could do Crawl, even as ambitious as it is. They could do Crawl.
Crawl. Hang on. Oh yeah. For a second, I didn't know what you. I thought you were about the guy from the Android Invasion. Oh no, yeah, Crawl. He'd be a cool special, actually.
He would.
And Marshman. No, not Marshman. Swampman.
Yeah.
Swampies. That's it.
And they could do the Keller Machine from the Mind of Evil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's good? The monster version, the disembodied version of the Axons.
Yeah. Terror of the Autons, Daffodil Handler out to the Auton.
Yeah, that one. Oh, that would have made such a cool figure from Cat Doctors.
Are we not going to mention the elephant in the room? A cleaner from Paradise Towers.
Of course.
Obviously, a cleaner would be.
I know. I don't like Paradise Towers, but even I can admit the cleaners are cool. So yeah.
And also me being a massive nerd for this story. Spyrodons from Planet of the Daleks.
Yeah, they'd be cool because they look classic Doctor Who.
Yeah, they are. They're just the invisible monsters with purple rug.
So they've done Planet-wise. They've only done Supreme. That's directly from that story.
Yeah, and they could do Third Doctor and his costume, Planet with Alex. They could do all the fouls. So Rebic, Taran, Weber, Marrett.
This is the beauty of the figurine collection, because let's say they're running out of money for a couple of months. All you got to do is do one sort of main sculpt there, and it's not too hard to do the rest of them.
Yeah.
And people wouldn't mind because they're different characters.
Yeah. Exactly.
This is one of the things which I think is really smart by them. It's a business choice.
They could do the Mutts from the Mutants.
Yeah, that was one. I think they did a poll, and I think a lot of people said that one. I'd love to see a mutt and a half-formed mutt.
Giant maggots. So you would have about maybe 3 or 4 of them on a plaque.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one.
Obviously, this is too ambitious. They'll probably never do them, but again, possibility.
The what? Sorry.
I think you're trying to say the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh yeah.
They could do the Great One or spiders. That would be a good diorama.
Yeah, that's another one.
And just go for one more if I can think. What they not? Chumblies.
Yeah.
Chumblies. Right, Alfie, what would you like to see?
Okay. This is going to be a long list. So, a few Hartnells I would like to see. The Clanton Brothers. I think the Clanton Brothers from the Gunfighters.
Oh, right.
Yeah, just at least try and get one from every episode.
I think that was their original plan.
I
think
thought.
now that they're expanding because there is more than one from certain episodes.
Yeah, I think that could be good. Maybe a Savage from the Savages, the pirate guy from the Smugglers, the Celestial Toymaker would be a good one.
That'd be a nice one.
Yeah.
Because there's so many colours on that, it'll look quite vivid. Maybe give it a different interpretation because it's in black and white. Maybe
There's a colour photo of him.
Yeah, there is.
I'll insert that in the little podcast video. Maybe the King and Queen of Cards. That could be good. They're in the
There's
episode.
some cool mind robber stuff.
Oh, the Unicorn or Medusa.
Did do companions? They could do another Jamie then.
Oh, no, they should release just a paper cut out of Jamie.
Yeah.
The wall.
Oh.
Or a jar.
That bit.
A jar.
Oh.
Oh, I love that bit.
Do you think they should do a Tyler's console with a Zoe and Jamie figure sculpted onto it, holding it?
That would be cool. I would like that. I think maybe. Trying to think of episodes I like. Oh, some more of the delegates from Curse of Peladon, because we've got the Ice Warrior.
Yeah.
The
Ice Warrior's from Monster, I want to say.
Oh yeah, it might be. And Alpha Centauri's from Curse. Maybe we got that little robot machine.
Yeah, I'd like to see actual people from Peladon.
Prince of Peladon.
Yeah.
Hepesh.
I'd like to see the Third Doctor from the Monster of Peladon, because that is one of his nice looking coats.
The turquoise green.
I'm just thinking about the classic ones we could have.
Oh,
We've not had Davros. We've not had a classic Davros yet.
No, we've not.
Right. I've come up with a nice idea. You could do the little, the thing that's on the chair in the Sunmakers that speaks really loudly.
Yeah.
He'll be good.
He could be possibly a special because he could have the whole desk.
You could have, because they're re-releasing the Patrick Chapman Stove Hat. You could have Tom Baker Invasion of Time President get up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think with Dr. Barrett, then they're going to go. They'll do 2 of each now, wait a bit, and then do 3, then do the third wave. Speaking of Doctor Variants, with the 6th Doctor, I think what they should do is next is 2 Doctors waistcoat.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Because we've seen Time Lord, we've seen the cloak from Revelation. We've not seen a coatless.
Mhm.
He'd look nice. For other doctors, what else could there? First Doctor, well, it's Unearthly Child. It's got to be.
Or it could
Yeah.
be the cowboy get up from Gunfighters.
Yeah, but I think they'd probably go Unearthly first. With the Third Doctor, well, you've got to go. I'd go season 7.
Yeah, standard one.
They've done 5th. Well, you either go in season 21 or you go in. I like Jumper actually. Maybe playing cricket from Black Orchid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, or his Black
That's
Orchid
They could have-
outfit.
No, I'd rather playing. So he's got the cricket things on. He's got holding the bat, and then behind him he's got the wickets.
That'd be nice. Or-
6th, we'll talk about that. 7th, what variant? Well, you could do duffel coat.
Curse of Fenric.
Yeah.
They're probably going to go brown, aren't they?
Mhm. Or they're just gonna go coatless. It's a jumper. Or
They don't have many variants, did he, still?
or they might do the Colin Baker Generation outfit.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Now, Paul McGann, the obvious.
TV movie, and then I don't want them to do comic like character options did. I want them to keep within the television show.
Yeah.
So I think you could do, because you could still do him holding his cloak and he's walking out of the mortuary, him in Sylvester McCoy's costume, him on a hospital bed with a thing being pulled out of him without the wig on,
That's freaky. Alien free territory.
him without shoes.
There you go.
You know, you can be pedantic, but you can still do variants if you really want to.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind that because it makes it different.
And obviously the companions like Grace,
Changwei.
what's it?
Okay, if we talk about companions, what costume should they be in?
Oh,
I think Harry should be in duffel coat from Sondheim Experiment.
of course.
Sarah, I think
Hand of Fear.
no, because it's cliche, and a lot of Sarah's costumes weren't like that. One that sums up Sarah's
I think the Mask of Mandragora or the Seeds of Doom sort of one.
Genesis without Revenge of the Salmon with the cargo coat.
Yes.
That's a nice costume. For Joe,
Or you could have her in her robot thing, with the hat.
yeah, that's again, it's not very Sarah Jane though. Is it more journalist Sarah Jane, which Liz Sladen never liked?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait.
for Joe, I think.
There's many that can do that.
I think maybe Terror the Autons, or Carnival Monsters.
Something we haven't had yet.
Or Carnival then.
Devil costume, Joe.
Yeah, that's
That's the one I want.
that's a nice. It's because it's white and all white. Yeah, that's a nice costume. Okay, let's go backwards and then go forwards again. So what after Joe, Liz? Well, it's got to be Spearhead.
Yeah. Or ambassadors.
And now I prefer with the hair up. The hair down just doesn't sit right with me.
If I have the hair down, but never mind.
Then we've got Jamie and Zoe. Well, Zoe's got to be in the sparkly.
Yeah, from Mind Robber Invasion. Or
Jamie's got to be in sort of the more developed costume he had, so sort of like Mind Robber. Jamie.
Yeah. Or with,
Victoria's got. I think Tomb.
or her evil of the Daleks one.
It's nice, but
Fury from the Deep.
yeah, that's a good one actually with the hat.
Or her Enemy of the World or Fear from the Deep costume.
That's a good one.
Uh,
Let's go through the deep. Then after we've got Ben and Polly. Ben needs to be in his sailor outfit. Polly needs to. I don't know. Polly could be in any of the costumes because they're all kind of merged the same, don't they?
Howard Alex.
Yeah, maybe Power. Maybe War Machines as well. Maybe both of them in their War Machines outfits.
That would be cool. Or you could have Ben with his Royal Navy.
Dodo, well, it's got to be Celestial Toymaker.
That's the most.
Stephen. Yeah, that's different then, isn't it? Yeah, let's go Stephen. With that. Vicky. I'm gonna go the rescue.
Yeah, it's the first one. So
Yeah, Susan, Ian, and Barbara.
wow.
Should we go all unearth it all the Daleks? Because they've all got to be from the same episode.
The Daleks.
Yeah, I'd say the Daleks. You could do nice variants with it though. You could do like the Aztecs.
Yeah, I was about to say that. You could do Barbara in an Aztec's costume. Could do the first Doctor in his Aztec costume as well.
Yeah, there's some nice ones there. So okay, let's go forward again. So from Sarah Jane and Harry, we've got Leela, which got the Face of Evil.
Talons of Winter. Well,
No,
Actually, yeah, Talons. Yeah, let's go because never. Yeah, let's go Talons. That'd be nice to see. Then Romana 1, Reboss Operation.
I like her outfit in the Android Zatara.
Yeah, that is nice, but everyone remembers Romana 1. That is the seminal image of her is the white. It's never been done. But Romana could have all of her costumes because they are all really interesting.
They're probably the best costumes their characters ever got.
So it's a strong run.
Romana 2, they could do so many because she changed her costume practically every story. To be honest,
I'd say go Destiny, pink, white scarf.
Shada.
Yeah, actually that's the point. You'd have to release the Tom though in the waist. That could be a nice special. The canoe.
And
Yes.
And you can do. Do you know what they're doing with the Tokla fame with the floating bases?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Do that with the Shardosphere.
Yeah. Companions have to remind us we've got. So Adric. Well, you can only have one.
No,
Nissa.
no, Black Orchid, his pirate.
Oh yeah, but you want to go normal. Nissa, got to be the purple one. Tegan, I want to say Resurrection Frontios.
Yeah, that one. That's so most iconic.
Yes. So then Turlo. Well, again, only really the one other than Planet of Fire, but you got to go Schoolboy. Perry.
With that.
2 Doctors.
I'm gonna give something different. Mark of the Rani.
Was she wearing that? Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah. Well, actually no. Revelation with the big blue jumper.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
Yeah, let's go Revelation then.
Or the
Okay.
Twin Armor.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
It's alright.
That one's 280s.
It's her worst costume.
Then after that we've got Barney. We've got. I'm gonna see. Mal, you want to go Paradise, don't you?
I like that, but I think her most iconic would be Time the Rana.
Yeah, but I want to go that because it's blue and I like blue. It'd be, I think we should go. They should definitely go different with the companions. So yeah, I think maybe it's got to be one of those two.
Or you could have Dragonfire.
Yeah, I prefer the Paradise blue.
Actually, Darren the Bannerman has quite a nice costume. This 50s.
Yeah, that's a point. I think that fits in with the Doctor as well.
Yeah, perfect. I think the Darren the Bannerman.
All right, we'll go Doctor Batman, and then Ace.
Wow.
You could have.
You've
her
got
in her
to have
suit.
Remembrance rocket launcher.
Or Curse Fenric.
If we were to have, if we were to come up with other variants for her, a good one for her could be the suit from Ghostlight.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Like Leonard said, though, Curse of Fenric as well with the hairnet.
Very bold
Waitress from
choice.
Dragonfire. And then you can do with shirt, without, with shirt with jacket, shirt without jacket for all the different shirts you wore. Yeah, you've got plenty of Ace variants there.
I think
New series. Should we do new series quick?
Yeah, might as well.
No.
Rose. It's got to be Rose from Rose.
I quite like her costume in what's its face?
Satan Pit.
Yeah, that's it. The pink hoodie.
Yeah, to be fair, that is a nice one.
Pink hoodie. Martha, if you want to be different,
The
go for the
Lazarus.
I was about to say Lazarus Experiment in dress.
or the pre Potter of
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah. Donna. I want to see the sort of velvet jacket.
Oh, Partners in Crime.
Yeah.
I would
No,
like to
not
see
Quantum Scrap. No, these sort of.
that.
Is it
Oh,
turn left?
Stratagem. Sometimes
Yeah,
Stratagem.
because I don't like the Ood costume. I don't really like the figure. I'd like to see the Sometimes Stratagem one. Then after that we have, of course, we won't count specials and that.
Yeah.
So let's go Amy.
Uh,
Anything but victory. Anything but victory.
Yeah.
That's-
No, Let's Kill Hitler. That's such a bland costume. You
Yeah,
could
and
just
we're
you
getting
could do her in a nightie.
I know the big red baggy jumper.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
that one.
Rory. Stag do.
Centaurian.
Actually, I prefer Stag do because it's more different.
Or you could
I laugh that.
Or you could have him in his later clothes, just like
Yeah,
his Island with the Daleks jumper.
they're quite boring though.
Yeah.
But Rory is boring.
Yeah. Well, he's
Yeah.
better than.
He's
But they're so
not
much like the
fine.
figure, then, aren't they? I'm going to stick by Stag do.
Okay.
Nurse.
Oh yeah, Nurse. I like Nurse.
Yeah, River Song. Anything but Pandorica.
I would like to see a river song from the ending of Wedding. No, not the ending. Is it Wedding? No, Husband's a River Song.
I'd like to see the one from Flesh and Stone.
I want to see the one from the end of Big Bang Theory. Not Big Bang Theory. The
Oh my
Big
God.
Bang.
Like, I want to see one that's like not her in like a combat suit. That's what I think should go with the gold dress from.
No, I actually want to see the
Husbands.
one from Weeping from the Angel two-parter.
What was
Yeah.
she in that?
Shoot.
And Father Octavian. I want to see loads from that episode because I like that one a lot.
I
Or no, maybe from the very start of that one, which is in the dress get-up.
That's what.
Yes.
black-
I thought you were talking about combat.
No, I meant the black dress one.
Yeah, let's go with
I
that.
love the black dress one.
So after that we have. Are we going Clara then?
Ooh.
I don't really remember many.
The-
Did she wear? I haven't seen it. Well, in Cold War, did she wear a Russian jacket?
She wears a Russian jacket, wet hair.
Yeah, let's go with that then. I like that costume.
I would quite like the maid from Snowman as well.
Yeah, that would be a nice one. I'm still gonna go Cold War though, just because I like Cold War. It's a cool little episode, quite dark. After Clara, then we have
Bill.
Nardole.
Bill in it.
Nardole.
Oh, Nardole.
Ah.
Well, Nardole's gonna really have to watch.
In his Faith get up from the extremists.
Nah, you gotta go. He's gotta have the bobble hat on.
What, the one where he's going like that?
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
Bill.
I like the Thin Ice costume.
Yeah, Thin Ice. It's different.
Yeah, because it's different. I'd like to see on her cloak, like her cloak drag from Old Enough in Time. Because remember they done the
Bill with a cyber chest,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
that would be amazing.
or a big hole in the chest.
oh, that would be funny.
That'd be
You
a cool
could
one.
do like a pencil holder with that.
Yeah.
You could put a pencil through it. Oh, thanks for holding my pencil, Bill.
There you go.
Yeah. So, that's companions then.
We need.
We've done that. There you go, Eagle Moss. There's a good place for you to start off with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we can end this segment here.
Yeah. So
Moving on to the review.
let's
There you go.
go.
So, our review for this week is going to be the 10th Planet. Our scheduling for reviews will be whatever episode we feel like reviewing. So, there's going to be no order to this. We just fancy the 10th Planet for this week. So, Alfie's going to give a synopsis of the story, just in case you don't know. Then we're going to give our opinions on it, talk about the scenes we like, and then little facts. And then that's going to wrap up this first ever episode. So, Alfie, take it away.
So the 10th Planet is a 1966 episode, I believe.
Yep.
The Doctor is William Hartnell with his two companions, Ben and Polly, and they get taken to 1986, where they're in a base in the Antarctic, where they find that they've got visitors from a planet called Mondas, which is a twin planet, and the word Mondas comes from an ancient word for Earth. They've come to sort of inhabit Earth and take it over, because Mondas is taking up too much energy, and as we find out in the latter part of the episode, that something very, bad for the Mondasian Cybermen happens to Mondas. So we'll just get on straight onto the episode.
Yep, I'll go first. I made a few notes while watching it. First of all, the year, obviously, as Alfie said, is 1986 in this, and it is very well sort of futuristic. So this is before we went to the moon. In this episode, people go to the moon. It is very sort of international. The cast, there's Italians, Americans, there are black people, which I know black people is like, is that really that advanced? In 1966, a black astronaut was a very futuristic idea. Even the person who plays the black astronaut said that it was a very sort of, wow, this is really forward thinking. The only thing I can see that lacks is women actually in the base, but the sign of the times, and I don't mind. I mean, you've got Polly there. So, yeah, I think it's really futuristic as an episode. I want to put a line in part one. The general goes to the doctor. Now, the person who plays the general and William Hartnell were actually quite good friends, and it is thought that this line was ad-libbed by them as they, were quite good. And he says the line, "And I don't like your face nor your hair," which makes me laugh every time because the doctor's response is very, a very high-pitched sort of humph. And the hairline is because obviously William Hartnell sort of wore a hairpiece. And obviously with them being friends, he must have joked about it to him. And I think that's a really sort of nice line. And the next one is, in episode 2, the Cybermen want information. They're holding a microphone and they ask something like, H, pointed to, who's the scientist with the glasses who helps Ben in part 4?
I just called him Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, we'll call him Abraham Lincoln. So he goes, Age, and Abraham Lincoln says, what are you doing here? He explains, we're here because we're going to save you because Mondat's going to like blow you up, like. And he's like, and he goes to, Age again. And he's asked another question. Instead of Simon go, answer my question, he answers his question and asks his again. Again, because obviously he can't get angry with no emotions. Cleverly written there by Kit Pedley, very sort of like, he can't get angry. His program is like, well, I've got to answer that question. Now will you answer mine? I think that's, really nice. The scene where Ben first kills a Cyberman, really good bit of acting by Michael Craze. He goes, he kills him. He gets really, he's like, he gave me no other choice. I had to do it. He really feels remorse for killing that Cyberman, which really shows the side of Ben's character. People say Class Doctor Who has nothing to do with emotions. That is a really good bit of emotional writing. He has killed what most people would see as a freak of nature, and feels clearly a lot of remorse.
Mm-hmm. Cleverly
very well written. Then another scene where Ben is trying to escape. So I can't remember why, but he says he can't pick the lock. Too modern. Again, obviously 1986, locks didn't really get too much more modern. You probably could still pick a lock. But it's a nice line as you have forward-thinking thing, Kip Elliott can't just go, well, he got out by picking a lock. He can't pick a lock because we're in 1986 and it must be way too futuristic. Kip Elliott's a really smart writer. And then in episode 4, it's quite funny how the Cybermen have really high-pitched voices. Instead of going, we are Cybermen, it's more of like, if you do not reply in 3 minutes, we will kill you. Oh, it's really sort of up and down, really like that. They're doing it like this, breaking into stuff any minute now. It's like really like that. And I picked up on it really quickly and I just couldn't get over it. It was a little bit funny, which is a shame really, because before that they're quite intimidating. But anyway, that's sort of my little view on the story. How about you, Alfie?
Right, I have 4 pages of notes, but I'll go through them quickly because I love the episode, and I'm just going to give you a fun little fact here. The spacesuits used for Earl Cameron and the other spaceman, which his name escapes me, were used for. Am I correct? It's. Oh, I don't know his name, but it's the Bosk from Star Wars. Giving you little nuggets of knowledge.
And another bit of nugget of knowledge, I have the 12-inch figure of that. Therefore, with a bit of trickery with an Action Man, I could make a 10th planet in 12-inch figures.
Whoa! Luke, a true engineer of his time. Now, take it away from Luke's 12-inch. It's a very cinematic episode, and I think the characters was like a memorable. Thank you, Lennon. And minus the few times you see a boom mic on the top of the screen, it's like well shot, and it's a well-directed episode. I think Harnell's human relationship with other characters, certainly with Ben and Polly, is great.
Just before you carry on, Derek Martinez was the director, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you. But I can't understand why so many people have him so low in the rankings, because he's the one who started it off. I know there's a few minor faults with him.
Well, to quote Batman March, it's black and white and it's old.
Oh, it's great though. I love it. He's a great person. And for the 60s, we haven't mentioned the model shots.
They are.
Oh.
They've got nothing on the Daleks' master plan because they are really impressive. It is Daleks' master plan with a really cool model shot in the 60s,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But they are by no means Dalek Invasion of Earth bad.
I love the model shots in this.
I think the string is very well hidden. You have to look for it before you see it. I think the snow is already. Yeah, you're right. It's a really nice model
It's
shot.
so beautiful.
And literally, this is only like a few seconds into the episode. Well, not seconds, obviously, but literally it just drops you into the action. Then we get the first reveal of Cyberman, which I think Lennon's going to go into. I'm just going to drop in at the fantastic. And, like, if you look at the new series one, they're Iron Man, whereas this one, you can really tell there's a human under it.
And these are scarier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If a new series Cyberman came at me, I wouldn't be scared. If a Mondasian wanted to open my door right now, I would shit myself.
Yeah.
Or a Toon one.
Now,
Toon once gave me nightmares as a kid.
Yeah.
They are the most terrifying monster in, well, apart from the Autons.
you have a great cliffhanger for episode 2, don't you? With the Mondasian Cybermen entering?
No, that's part. Wait,
I've got to
Part
think.
part one. Is
I
the-
was under. Wasn't part 2 the rocket going off?
No, I mean,
that's-
part one. What's part
That's
2?
part
What's
3.
part 1's cliffhanger?
Part
No,
1 is the
it's-
Cyberman hand.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't mention. Let's just jump back to part 1 before I carry on. I find it really cute that that the other men come out, and then it reveals the Cyberman took his time to put that man's cloak on.
Yeah, is it? What
I'm-
it tells me is though, they are incredibly smart.
Yeah, like the putting the cloak
Why
on.
isn't that a figure?
The putting the cloak on to get into the base, I found it really cute. Like, it's the way, like, even before they got in, they still revealed themselves to the man. Like, it was a big reveal.
Yeah.
And then the hand, and then I don't know how no one noticed. Like, you had the men coming back in, but somehow now they're all exactly the same size with silver arms and really tall.
Yeah.
But I found it cute, and it's the way he instantly takes it off again, and then they all don the cloaks. It's a nice little fashion trend.
Yeah.
And I think that was a great cliffhanger, and it's followed by a great episode.
Indeed. Well, some shit in the middle, but we won't.
Yeah. Also,
All 60s have got a bit of crap in the middle, haven't they?
No, I mean, no, from the new series that we just had recently.
Oh, right, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, point the 60s, there's always a little bit of a boring moment.
Yeah. Bullshit.
1 minute, I'll edit this out. I'm just trying to get this mic back in. It's a real problem, this. I might get a new one. Oh, for God's sake, I'm just going to hold it. And I like how the news is called the international news.
Yeah.
I think the news flash is a really cool thing. I'll get back to you in a minute. Because it makes it feel more real.
It does.
Which actually in Shaun the Dead makes it feel more real.
Mhm.
What else has news flashes?
Most of the new series with that Trinity Hope woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gives you that sense of realism. But especially in Shaun the Dead when it uses actual people from like the Channel 4 news and that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not about Shaun the Dead.
This has been a recurring theme in this episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like how the weapons, the little chess pieces, are fantastic.
Yeah.
Way better than the arm guns. I like an arm gun, but I also like that chess thing.
I like how it's, like how they are really clunky Cybermen and their weapon is really clunky. Then you get to the more streamlined moon-based ones and their weapon is really streamlined. I think it's really nice.
And I'm intrigued constantly by this episode. And literally, there's a scene after, like, classic scene after scene, like the Cybermen bending the gun to show
Yeah,
That's a nice. I forgot that one existed, and it was.
Oh, I loved it.
It reminded me of something, but I can't put my finger on it. Give us a second.
It also made me laugh.
Doing it. When he bends the gun.
It also made me laugh when Den defeated the Cyberman with the projector. That was great.
Oh yeah.
But there's a nice line there, isn't it? Ha! Saw that film 20 years ago. It makes
Yeah.
him more. It
Yeah,
makes him
that-
real.
yeah. A great line.
Love, Pride, Hate, Fear was a great quote written by Twice Upon a Time.
Yeah.
By episode 2, there's definitely a sense of urgency with new Cybermen landing. His son being sent into space, which I think
That is a really good. It makes.
adds.
It's one of the ones where the supporting characters are fleshed out.
I think that bit adds depth to the captain so much.
Like
Like,
the line in episode 4, you killed the only thing that matters to me. Now I'm going to kill you.
yeah,
We were talking about this so long ago.
yeah. I was saying that, like, just thinking that in new series, if the captain, let's take Journey Blue from Into the Dalek. My brother's just got killed halfway through the episode. She just forgets about it. This guy literally nearly kills everyone in this
Yep.
place to save his son,
There's
And
one
it-
thing. That's what. I'm going to let you carry on.
and it has such an ironic ending where he's dead because he got killed, and then the ending where his son comes on the screen, and I find that really emotional. I don't know why,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
was about
really
to say that.
sad.
It's like we never see the scene of when they go. By the way, your father's dead.
I know that must have been like heart wrenching. Like that is how to do character development.
Well, he dies thinking his son's dead.
Mhm.
It's a really sort of,
Yeah.
that's it's quite strong.
Not only the flesh him out, you've got the fleshing Ben out by giving him remorse for killing that Cyberman, like you said, Luke. The flesh Polly out by
Polly's got I mean, yeah, everyone says, "Oh, Polly just made coffee and screamed." The screaming in Doctor never annoyed me because you'd scream as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
If I saw something like that, I'd scream. I have no vocal cords left. But also, she offers to make the coffee in that one because she wants to help. Plus, she also wants a distraction.
yeah, and she's trying to do it tactically to find
Yeah.
out anything that that's happening around the base. And I like how I think William Hartnell not being in half of it is a blessing and a curse because less of Hartnell is sad, but you really get that sort of scientific
Well,
and strong
yeah.
point put into the companions.
Yeah, because they had to split his lines between the scientific stuff went to
Ben, no Polly.
no, not Polly, Abraham Lincoln.
Oh yeah,
Just
Abraham Lincoln.
Ben got a lot of the some more decision stuff, and I can't remember what they said. Polly did get some. I think Polly got exposition.
I just like that they got more like I want to say strong lines. Like they had really a stance of dominance. Like they were
Yeah.
they want to sort this
Yeah.
out. That's
But
what
I think the thing about characters again in part one, the Italian and the American guy who we see sort of first, that Italian guy, he don't speak much, but you just know who he is. You see his wall with all the scantily clad women, and you see him reading the comic, and I think a good line in that one is, "Hey, there's people out there. Sure, there's people. A woman. A woman."
yeah, I love that bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his character and the American as well. You get how he's a bit uptight, and he's just doing
Yeah.
his job, and he's a bit nervous as well. You really understand who they are.
They're just like it's more don't say it, show it.
Yes, show don't tell.
Yeah,
Really is show don't tell.
it is fantastic, and it's
Can
just
we take a minute to appreciate Polly's get up at the very start of the episode, all that fluffy stuff?
oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Really.
Very 60s.
We were on about Eagles, weren't we, earlier? That'd be a cool figurine.
Yeah.
Again, we have a really good cliffhanger for part 2, which
Yeah.
is the new ship landing, which again adds urgency, adding to, is his son going to get down from space? Is the other two spacemen, astronauts going to get down from space? What's going to happen with the
Aren't they dead
Cybermen?
by now?
Yeah, is it announced that they're dead by now? I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it's...
it's when the Sidemen come in.
I'm pretty... Oh, bugger.
I want to say they're dead by... because I listened to commentary and by part 3 the astronauts aren't in it because they're dead.
Oh, Cameron died. He's a precious little Doctor Who gem. But,
No, what about in the story?
yeah, I know. But
Oh.
Cameron didn't get more screen time. I wish he did. It'd be good to have, like, how you have
Again,
little...
quick, that
Minisodes.
character development, those astronauts as well. You get how they're friends, and the acting in that, it's a bit cringy now, but it's still good.
I
Anyway, you think?
I love it. It would be cool if we had minisodes like in the new series where we saw like the sun come down from space and find out his dad's dead, like we did with Rory and Amy sending the letter to Brian in that PS thing.
I'd love if we had an episode that was set in 1986 in this series, and we just get the name of that astronaut, and he went insane or something because his dad tried to kill someone because he thought he was dead and he's not dead and that,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like insane. That'd be an interesting thing because it gives that son more development, because that son we saw here was a bit cocky, he was a bit laid back, like, well, yeah, there's loads of aliens, well, fuck it, and then reality hits him, boom, your dad's dead. You know,
I think this episode has a real sense of like it's comedic in areas, but you really know what's that. Like it's very high tension.
yeah, but like, I mean, the line, and I don't like your face nor your hair. That's a funny line. And then you got a line from him. Then you got the line from the same character, same story. You killed my son. The only thing that matters to me, now I'm going to kill you.
It's very dark for a children's show, but I think it's like the perfect amount of darkness.
It's brilliant, the 10th Planet. So, do you want to sum up part 4 quickly?
Yeah, I was just going to say it has a balance of really good stuff. The atmosphere is fantastic.
Yeah.
Animation. Should we talk about
the animation. I'll go. Shall I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
The animation. I haven't seen 10th Planet in a while. And the animation shocked me because now I'm a bit older and I've started to see the flaws in stuff like the Ice Warriors. This was a really fresh one because the moon base I've always said is the best. And I think this kind of rivals it because it doesn't limit itself by the scripts and the stage direction. Like you see close-ups of the gun being pointed at Hartnell and stuff like that, and you clearly won't see that in the actual episode because it'd be multi-camera and in a studio.
Mm-hmm. It definitely gives animators free reign on how to like shoot it.
But the sets are really accurate because most of it is the same sets, and because we have because I watched the reconstruction for part 4, which is really cool because it uses telesnaps and existing material that we have, and you get the most authentic, as in real life, part 4 10th Planet that you'll ever see. You know,
Yeah.
And the sets and the animation are bang on to what they were.
I think the very slow-paced movement looks odd, but fast-paced movement looks really well. Like it reminds me of the Batman animated series sort of animation. Yeah, it looks a bit more glossy. I think I don't know what animation style I prefer. Like the Power of the Dark's very matte colours, very bland. This is very like shiny and it's very sort of.
Reign of Terror is a bit like this, but too jumpy.
Yes, there is. It's way jumpy. Now,
Len, were you going to say something?
Yeah, 10th Planet. It's shit, but I don't mind that because remember they're under like 3 or 4 studio lights, so if you watch the original episode, it's gonna be a bit glossy in their face anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The Reign of Terror one, I like it because it's jumpy, but I just think there's more especially the face animation that has more sense of realism with it.
Yeah.
I think what you want about fast-paced movement looking good. I think the best scene in the animation is when the 3 Sidemen come in and all of a sudden point their guns. That looks really good.
I like when you've got people getting shot. You can see them flying all about the place.
Yeah, the regeneration as well is really well done.
Mm-hmm. Before I give the reins to Lennon, may I quickly finish off by saying how the threat is it literally gets heightened all the time when the Cybermen turn up all around the world.
Yeah, like I think the best scene about the threat is when that Cyberman comes in and they're not sure whether it's going to work with the radiation.
Yeah, and the radiation thing is so. Kit Pedler, literally a fantastic scientist, really knew how to dig science into the plot and give it a real realistic, scientific side plot.
And obviously, this was something he was worried about. Cybernetics and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
quickly before you finish off, just want to say, one of the people who played the Cyberman actually has metallic knees now, which I think is quite funny.
I remember listening to the Frozen Out, I think it's called, and he was just mentioning like how I like how he put science into it and how Ben got the reins, because you wouldn't have expected of all people Ben, and I think that just makes him such a strong
Well, it
character.
shows since War Machines how he's grown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Anyway, Lennon, you have the baton.
Well, I don't really. It's basically the same because you're basically said everything, but never mind.
What's your favourite scene then, Lennon?
Well, we'll go through, I suppose, each part. So, part one would have to be I don't like your face, nor your hair, or the cliffhanger to the end. Part two, when the Cybermen invade the sort of base, obviously. Part three would have to be with the next lot of Cybermen in the snow, and they're being obviously shot down by the the bottom half anyway. Part four would either be the scene where Mondas is being destroyed, because the animation is beautiful with that. Planet sort of erupting, or obviously the generation, which I'm surprised no one's mentioned so far. But Kit Pedler is a fantastic writer, and I love how he brought more science into Doctor Who with obviously the War Machine. They're very futuristic stories, like with the War Machines.
And he had the idea for the invasion, didn't he?
Yeah, he wrote every Cyberman story in the 60s.
Pretty much, yeah. He's a gem. He's an unappreciated gem.
He is. I think Invasion was his last one. He only done 5
I would
60s.
say so, yeah.
Yeah, he only done like 6 60 stories, and that was it. So
He was their scientific advisor, though.
yeah, he was a short but sweet writer. Jared Davis is great as well, adding stuff into this. Derek Martinez is a fantastic director. Hartnell's acting is incredible.
Yeah, everyone gives really good performances. There isn't a bad cast member, I don't think.
Yeah, in the general, I'd say he's probably my favourite character.
He was a really big star as well. He was quite,
Yeah, it's just that line in episode 4. The only thing I cared about is dead, and I'm gonna kill you. It's just brilliant.
The way he delivers it as well, it's really sort of like you think, oh shit, he's going to kill him.
Yeah.
And he would have if he didn't get shot by that Cyberman.
I think this is very movie-like. I don't know, like if you.
It could be turned into a film.
I was thinking that. Yeah.
It could be like The Thing in a way, not like The Thing as in a horror film, but as in like you've got these characters in this place. Obviously, they're the communications with the world centre, but really pretty condensed down, and they're in the snow. That it could be done. If this got turned into a film and done right and done in a way so it's not too high tech, I think it could be a good film.
They're very isolated, which I think adds to the tension, as well as.
And the fact they rarely can say we're in trouble because the Cybermen go tell them that was a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he is the best. He is the best character, 100%. And obviously, it's clever direction as well, where he thinks his son's dead, and then he gets killed, and then obviously it turns out his son's not. Like, it's really sad. And I think the sets in this are beautiful, and they are very realistic. There's only one problem though. I noticed at the end of episode 1 or start of episode 2, the camera goes a bit too far up, and you can see in the corner screen you can see the black part of the studio.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's classic.
I never noticed that.
I've never noticed that before.
It's
It's expected. It's classic Doctor Who.
Yeah.
So, but
about problems that he's had. A character refers to a different character with the wrong name, which you don't notice until you watch it.
I saw a few boom mics appear in top of the screen.
On the Cyberman's face, you can see like reflection of boom mics.
The only boom mic I've ever noticed in a Doctor episode like being pointed out is in Horns of Nymon, where it really comes into shot.
I noticed in when they've set up the guns outside of the base and they're shooting the Cybermen, when one of the Cybermen are standing back to the back, you can see part of his suit zip down a bit and a bit of a tube.
Well, then I guess you can still say that's just because he's a bit damaged and not been fixed right.
Right, and he flats to the side and it starts flipping behind him. I love that. It's
part
not
of the film.
bad. It just adds a bit of nice things to look at.
I think that we've done fair reviews. I just want to quickly say a few points. A, the Mondasian and Simon design, I didn't talk about this. They are not the most iconic, but my God, are they up there with the scariest.
Yeah.
The
Huge
sets as well, like Lennon said, are really impressive. Even if you get the chance, watch the reconstruction of episode 4 for the VHS, because you see what the sets really look like, and the rocket silo set is really impressive.
As some reason.
Are we going to talk about the sweetest thing ever I love about this episode? Is that the production manager, or the floor manager, ended up marrying Michael Craze, which I thought was precious.
Or almost nearly killed him as well.
Yeah,
'cause,
his blood vessel in his nose.
yeah,
With all that fake... What was it called? It's
Snow.
something... A...
it was fake snow.
Yeah, it's fake snow, but there was a
I
chemical
don't
in
remember
it.
the name.
It was A something. But it was... That's precious.
Yeah.
Annika Wills, I think, is the only one, she's not the only one alive from the episode, but she really does, really gives the story away as, a very nice, nice area to be in, except for Hartnell, because apparently he was very stubborn.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So, for those who don't know, William Hartnell was, of course, a man of sort of 1912s, well, the 1910s and the 1920s. So had big racial prejudice and anti-Semitism. Now, the anti-Semitism isn't...
As Annika will put it, antique prejudices.
Prejudice.
Yeah. Now, the anti-Semitism, I only know about this through an interview with Nick Courtney on the Doctors, the John Pertwee years DVD, where basically when a line person did something wrong, he said to Nick and say, "See him up there, Nick? He's a Jew, you know," which is, we don't condone this at all. In case someone twists our words here, we're just explaining that's what he was like, and we aren't told what he said about the actor. What was his name?
Earl Cameron.
Earl Cameron. But Earl Cameron says he said, "Of course I've had racial prejudice in my life, but he never let him bother him." He said that that was his own problem for being annoyed by it.
Yeah.
He said he didn't notice.
He didn't know either it was happening.
No, he said he didn't notice Hartnell doing it. Which makes it even worse. Because Earl is probably... He sounds like a nice guy. I've heard he's meant to be a big actor. It's just that...
He was a big actor in the time, as a black actor, you know. There wasn't many of them in British television, and he was a big one.
It just makes me... it puts a downer on Hartnell's era if you think about it. But,
Annika Wills said that her and Michael Craze were just ashamed for Bill.
Yeah. I would like to think they were just disappointed.
Yeah, they were. But then again, that's how... He was also at the end of his tenure, so you can imagine how annoyed he was. And he was ill and all this stuff. So I can't imagine that was helping, but it's still unacceptable behaviour.
And he tried to make it his best performance ever as his final episode.
But on a happy note about William Hartnell, one of the Sidemen people, he went up to them and said, "Do you consider yourself as an actor?" And the Sidemen person went, "Well, yeah, I do." And William Hartnell proceeded to go, "Watch this," and tap danced across the studio floor and said, "Once you can do that, then you can call yourself an actor." And all of a sudden, this racist, anti-Semitic man's a bit of a nicer person again.
I just like to think if he was here in this time, I think he would reflect on what he said and try He's a good doctor. Minus all that.
Yeah. I think that's a good place to end this on. So we'll all give our ratings for the story out of 10. Lennon, you go first because you probably already know yours.
10 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
9.5 out of 10. No, 9. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 because a 10 out of 10 is my classic.
I'm going to go 8.5. I'm going to go in between the both of you.
Well,
so I'd say what an average then is about 8.5 then is an average.
Yeah, I would say.
It's if you've not seen this story, it is worth it. It's a good place to start with the Hartnell era because it's not too hard to get through. It's quite fast moving.
Certainly.
It's a good place to start with.
DVD special features.
Yeah, the second disc on the DVD has an interview with Annika Wills, which is brilliant. I watched it this morning. It has a Blue Peter segment, which I think is on other DVDs, but again is really nice.
Yeah, I think it's on the Three Doctors because it's the 10th anniversary.
Yeah. It has a documentary about the
Boys,
Golden
boys.
Age, and it
Boys,
talks about how
boys.
Doctor Who has never had a Golden Age. It's always in its Golden Age, which I love, and I condemn that message because I still believe Doctor Who is just awesome. And you can't just go, I only like this era, the rest of it's crap. It's like, no, just appreciate how cool it all is, which I like. Boys, 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 which has Mark Strickson, Fraser Hines, and Peter Purves talk about their time as being Doctor Who companions. Really good special feature, really funny. Fraser Hines has a really funny story about how he was mobbed by girls and he lost his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he said to the police officer, "Could you get that girl?" They said, "Nah, I'll get you the one with big tits." And he went, "No, that's just my girlfriend." And he was like, "Oh," which is quite funny.
It's funny.
But yeah, really good DVD, really good story. The commentary is really good as well. Toby Haydock does sort of, ask questions throughout it. Brilliant commentary. Anyway, that has been our review of the 10th Planet and the end of our episode. Now, if you've enjoyed this podcast and you want to see more, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment, your favourite parts, comment about stuff we've told you to comment about, and yeah, hopefully
comment what you want to see in the future.
Yeah, hopefully also say stories you'd like to see as review as well, just so we know sort of what people want to hear.
Or topics. Or we could do episode like themes, like 70s companions.
Something like that.
Got a theme on that. So
this has been The Power of a Spearhead Experiment. The name is basically an amalgamation of 3 of our favourite stories ever. And so it's goodbye from Alfie.
Goodbye.
And Lennon.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.